Where do I even begin with this trailer? There's so much to take in, and honestly, it was absolutely incredible. Alright, let's get into it. This is our very first look at brand new footage from Stranger Things Season 5, and I'm diving straight into it. So, right from the start, the trailer opens with Steve. He looks like he's tuning into some kind of broadcast, maybe trying to pick up a signal. And the whole trailer is basically built around the concept of sound, specifically a rising volume that climbs to 100 decibels, starting soft and gradually getting louder until it peaks during the most intense part. That's no coincidence either. We already know that sound and music are weaknesses for Vecna. If someone's mind is emotionally tethered to something, like a favorite song, it can block Vecna from getting in. Or if he has already taken hold, that emotional connection can actually help snap them back to reality. And speaking of signals, remember that tower the van pulls up to? That location looks really important. It's the same tower Vecna seems to attack later in the trailer. It also looks like the gang is stationed at a base in the Upside Down, surrounded by antennas. And since sound can carry through dimensions, maybe, just maybe, they're building some kind of bridge between the worlds. One that could weaken Vecna's grip by partially exposing the Upside Down. If that's the case, it would explain exactly why the tower comes under attack later on. Vecna might see it as a major threat. Another big moment? There's this ominous countdown in the trailer's opening, and a voice declares the burn will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That could mean so many things, but later we see a glowing portal tearing open at the Hawkins Public Library. Soldiers show up with flamethrowers, and it looks like they're trying to burn something. Probably that very portal. And as we know, the Upside Down, Vecna and the Mind Flayer are all part of a hive mind. So while setting it on fire might sound like a good idea, it could actually backfire and set off a chain reaction of even bigger disasters. Maybe even revealing new locations or causing more ruptures between worlds. That burn might not just be about destruction, it could be the government's desperate move to shut down the problem before it spreads. We then see the group all gathered inside what looks like the same station Steve was pulling power from earlier. Hawkins is under martial law, which has cut it off from the outside world, and 11 has gone into hiding because the military is out to get her. Whether they still see her as a threat or want to use her again as a weapon, we don't know. Later in the trailer, we see 11 lying on the ground while Hopper launches grenades back at soldiers. There are bullet holes all around them. It's chaos, so clearly the military is closing in on them hard. So I'm guessing the place they're hiding in is one of the last safe zones left. It looks like they're using a radio setup, not to talk to the military, but to listen in on their moves. Their shocked reactions suggest they just heard something awful. Could the burn be the government's scorched earth plan? Like burn Hawkins to the ground and hope it solves the problem? That might also explain why we saw so many people packed into that shelter. It could be an evacuation center. But with flickering lights and the classic eerie tension we get whenever Vecna, the Mind Flayer or Demogorgons show up, it feels like whatever's coming is already too late to stop. And Will? Yeah, Will. He starts clutching the back of his neck again, and that can't be a good sign. That's exactly what happened at the end of Season 4, right before Hawkins literally split in half. Will has always been deeply connected to the Upside Down, and it seems like he's feeling its presence return. Behind him, we see people walking with books. It looks like he's at a school, possibly one set up by the military. Meanwhile, the area around the library is fully locked down, which strongly suggests that's where a lot of this season's action is going to take place. Now, one emotional gut punch, Dustin visits Eddie's grave and someone defaced it with "Burn in Hell." Seriously heartbreaking. Later we see Dustin with black eyes and bruises. I actually think he gets beaten up defending Eddie's name. Remember, a lot of people still wrongly believe Eddie was the monster behind Chrissy's death. Then we get this powerful line from Jonathan to Nancy. After what we've been through, this thing ties us together forever. That moment seems to happen in the Upside Down, and we see Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, and Dustin all preparing to drive through the library portal. But here's where things get real. I don't think Jonathan makes it out alive. There's a haunting shot of Nancy scrubbing blood off her hands. She looks completely shattered. That earlier line from Jonathan about finality and being bonded forever feels like major foreshadowing. And he and Nancy appear separated from Steve and Dustin, and both of them are clearly upset. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the moment they realize Jonathan didn't survive. Now, switching gears, we also get a glimpse of Lucas and Max together in the hospital. Max is still in a comatose state and there's a tape player next to it. And you can probably guess what's on it, Kate Bush. They're clearly hoping that her favorite music might bring her back just like it did before. Lucas looks absolutely crushed, and it seems like she's still unconscious even when the Upside Down launches its next big attack. There's a scene of him carrying her away from danger as a demo dog charges towards them. Her eyes are completely shut. Oh, and yes, the demo dogs are back, baby. Easily one of the creepiest and coolest creatures from the Upside Down. The trailer puts a big spotlight on 11 again. We see her entering a sensory deprivation tank, and Hopper tells her he needs her to fight one last time. Sounds like she's going back into the Upside Down mentally, just like in past seasons, to find Vecna directly. And then that line, "found you," it gave me chills. That could be the moment Vecna locks in on 11 or maybe even Will and figures out exactly where they are. Will's role has been downplayed recently, but this season I think it's finally going to be front and center. It all started with Will, and I think it's going to end with him too, especially with the season lining up with the anniversary of his disappearance. That could be the spark that kicks everything off. And based on the trailer, it looks like Vecna gets his hands on Will. It might be in a dream or unconscious state, like when he's not in the real world. We also see 11 using her powers to levitate, so it's safe to say her abilities have leveled up. As we reach the trailer's climax, we get bombarded with intense visuals, Demogorgons, Demodogs, and finally Vecna himself, emerging from this fleshy wall that peels open like skin. He looks different now, more terrifying, more damaged. You can tell he's been through it. Some kind of flame is shooting at him, and given how epic that scene looks, it's probably from one of the final showdowns. Vecna's body appears sharper, almost skeletal. He's all bones and menace. We don't get a full shot of his face, but that sinister "found you" was more than enough to rattle me. He's clearly been healing since the last season's battle, and now he's back, stronger than ever. This might even be the first time we've seen him physically in the real world since his human form's massacre. He just tears open a wall and steps through it like it's nothing. My guess, that portal was sealed and he found another way out. And this whole season, it's the final mission. Take out Vecna, destroy the Mind Flayer, and sever the Upside Down's link to Hawkins for good. The trailer didn't spoil everything, but it left us with so many possibilities. It hinted at Jonathan's possible death, teased the return of fan-favorite creatures, showed the government's full-on hunt for 11, and made it crystal clear that sound and communication are going to play a huge role in bridging the two dimensions. Honestly, it was a perfect trailer. I'm beyond excited for November. Yes, it's just 4 episodes to start, but I seriously can't wait. So there you have it, Stranger Things Season 5 trailer fully broken down. Let's see how it all unfolds when the season drops over Thanksgiving weekend. In the meantime, what are your thoughts? What theories are you cooking up after watching the teaser? Drop them all in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.